What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's that time of the week. It's time for the weekly rotation. Doing some arranging around here. As you'll see, you'll notice the left seat's not right there. For those of you that are used to seeing that over my shoulder, have a standing desk, some new shelves, moving all the stuff that's on this desk. So I'll be doing that after I get everything uploaded from this week's rotation. So just want to let you guys know, moving forward, majority of the recorded content like this is going to be with me standing up with the fragrances behind me, and I have that raising and lowering standing desk. Going to be a nice change for me because I get tired of sitting in this chair. For those of you that watch the live streams, we'll still be live streaming right here. So with that said, hell of a rotation this week. Some newer stuff to the collection, some stuff I was itching to get back into the rotation. Some personal, channel favorites are in here as well. Just great smelling stuff as we transition spring and summer weather. It's week number 228. Stay tuned. Starting off on Sundays, one of the newest releases from Scent Journey Fragrances located here in Florida that have these tropical vibes to their fragrances, and that is no different when it comes to Caribbean Casanova. Like I said, one of their newest releases. This one has a little bit of a sweet brandy booziness to go with all of the fruits like apple and pineapple. Has that very tropical by the beach type of vibe. Very much has a like blended drink, and I don't mean pina colada either. It's not coconut based. If you want pina colada, go after cocktails and catamarans. They have a fragrance for you. This is more of a hurricane style, that kind of stuff. Very fruity, tropical, beachy tiki bar, poolside type of drink feeling to this one. If you like that kind of stuff, you want to be transported to vacation, basically. This is a good fragrance to go after. Performance is ridiculous. Very high oil concentrations while maintaining a lot of vibrance, freshness, and brightness with the way these are blended. Scent Journey fragrance. If you like tropical fragrances, they got a bunch of different options that are just powerhouses for the money. They really are. Some good stuff. So during the day, Caribbean Casanova from Scent Journey. And then when I got the shower, I can't help but relate this to Starburst gummies. Some may not agree, but that's what it smells like to me. Paris Corner's Khair Fusion. I very much get like the liquid-filled Starburst gummies. Think about that. That's what it smells like to me. It's fruity and all that good stuff, but that's exactly what I get. I love the way this smells. Sure, going to be a little on the feminine-leaning side because it straight up smells like candy. I just described a very specific candy. Think gummy bears, and more specifically, Starburst gummies. Check out the full video on it where I break it down a little bit further, but phenomenal performance. I was just in the mood to wear it. I think I just did the video this particular day, which was what sparked me to want to wear it that evening. So out the shower that evening, Paris Corner's Khair Fusion. Moving into Monday. So if I had to pick the one day, there's always that one day of the week where it's like, yeah, that was my best smelling day. And with this duo, hands down, this was what I would deem the best smelling day of the week for me, starting with the new Acqua Profondo Parfum. Seen a lot of mixed stuff in comments from people. Some don't like it, some absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. This is definitely one of my favorite releases of the year. It smells like an ambery aquatic. The Cistus labdanum here is very ambery, sticky, resinous, and warm to me. It's not a leathery type of Cistus labdanum. With all of the marine aquatics, it tones down the greens. Like I don't get all of the green facets from the original Profondo, and especially from Profondo Lights. It loses some of those mineral notes. It's just an easygoing, citric, smoother, much smoother than the original Profondo. Warm aquatic. Nothing here to not like, in my opinion. Long lasting, not super loud. I get a great longevity. I get a really good sillage. It trails really well. And doesn't scream off the skin. I mean, it's right in the sweet spot for me. Wears like most designer parfum flankers do. And most of the time, this is not an exclusion. I like the parfum flankers of these designer fragrance lines the most. That's the case here. This is my number 2 behind Profumo. That's how much I like this one. This one jumped up immediately for me. Again, check out my full review if you want more details, but get out and try this one. If you like anything about any of the fragrances in this line, you owe it to yourself to at least give it a try and see if it's for you. During the day, Acqua Profondo Parfum. Then when I got out of the shower, This is the cherry on the top, and it's literally red. So I guess that kind of makes sense. It's time for a shave. Got out the shower, and I went with the Zaharoff Signature Rosé Shave Set. And of course, I followed that up with several sprays of the fragrance. This is Magic in a Bottle Resinous Rose. Is how you can look at it. It's very smoky, incense heavy, a little sugared sweet, variety of roses, warm wood, pure magic in a bottle. One of the best fragrances in my collection, one of the best smells I've ever smelled, basically. And it's always nice to lather up the soap, shave, hit the splash, and give myself a few sprays out the shower of Zaharoff Signature Rosé. Moving into Tuesday. So I just did a full review on this one. It's kind of like a balmy, creamy twist on Wanted by Night meets Pegasus. It's Dumont Nitro Blue. Not a blue fragrance. Don't let this fool you. The bottle looks cool. The color is great. It's a sweet, balmy, creamy, spicy fragrance. That's a monster performer. All of the fragrances in this line, all of the Nitro fragrances, I find to be absolute beasts. 5 for 5. I've reviewed 5 of the fragrances in this line so far. Monster. You gotta like sweet though. That's the thing. A little metallic, creamy, soft and powdery. Again, it dries into a lot of Parfums de Marly Pegasus. Starts off a bit of Wanted by Night, but there's also other things going on. Like I said, this Tolu Balsam note really gives it this creamy, balmy, like mixed with sandalwood. Very, very creamy fragrance. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. If you want to hear more, definitely check out my full review during the day. Nitro Blue from Dumont. When I got out the shower, not one of my favorite releases, but highly functional in my daily life, which makes it one of the best releases of the year at the same time. Like, it doesn't blow me away in smell, but it just smells really good, and it goes for anything and everything. It's Ralph Lauren's Polo 67. Like, it's always a yin and yang conversation when I talk about this one. It's like, it's not mind-blowing. It's not super impressive. It's not one of the best-smelling fragrances to come out this year. Just from a purely, like, being, like, wow factor, impressiveness of, like, man, it's super original. I love the way it smells, or this really offers this. No. It's straightforward. It's citric. It's fruity. Bergamot pineapple, slightly smoky, very woodsy, heavy vetiver fragrance. It's really good because it can be a perfect signature scent for someone. Very straightforward, very upfront. Not completely linear, but doesn't nuance a whole bunch. It's kind of a two-stage fragrance. It performs pretty well. It's not quite, a super long-lasting fragrance, but it's above average overall in performance. You can wear this with a sleeveless shirt like I am, all the way up to a damn suit and tie if you really want to. This stuff just works. And it worked great out the shower for me as well. Polo 67. Moving into Wednesday, another great smelling day. I mean, just one after another, after another, after another. I should always have a great smelling day, right? It's kind of my thing. And I started things off with Xerjoff Renaissance. Man, the citrus, the greens, the mint. It's a watery type of citrus, too. Well above average performance. Not a beast. Long lasting, though. Bright, uplifting, happy time kind of fragrance. This will put a smile on your face. At least it does for me. A little bit of florals, a little bit of woods, clean musky tone, but it's mainly about this mouth-watering citrus. Literally made my mouth water. Mouth-watering citrus, as well as this green petitgrain, green mint leaf. It's just so fresh and uplifting. Great for the spring, great for the summer. A must-try, especially if you're diving into the house of Xerjoff. This is one of the staples when it comes to easily accessible profiles. You should definitely get your nose on this one if you've yet to smell it. This is Xerjoff Renaissance. Then when I got the shower, I just got all 4 in this collection from the Gulf Orchid collection. And this was my favorite. The Musk collection's Blueberry. First of all, look at that color combo and look at this bottle. You know this fragrance is $35 before any discount codes from Rome Concepts. Link down below. This is my favorite. Easily. Yes, blueberry, musky, a little floral. Has a bit of like zest to it even. Not really all that spicy, but it has a little bit of zest. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, musk, right? It's called the Musk collection. They're all based around musk, but it's a very fresh musky tone. Nothing animalistic, super creamy, or anything like that. Very easy to wear stuff. And this was hands down my favorite of the bunch. It just gets better and better as it dries. It was great out the shower. And that's Gulf Orchid Musk Collection Blueberry. Moving into Thursday, shout out to longtime channel member, follower, subscriber, supporter. His profile name's Sacktastic Voyage. Go ahead with your bad self. So on Thursdays, he wears Night Vision Eau de Toilette. So I went ahead and joined him on Thursday. We wore Spicebomb Night Vision Eau de Toilette. Unfairly crapped on over the years. If you like Invictus, you'll like it. If you like Spicebomb, you'll like it. If you marry the two, you get Night Vision EDT. It's basically what it smells like. It's that simple. I think it smells great. I always have. It performs great. It's not quite the beast that the Eau de Parfum flanker is, and that's much more creamy. It's based around pistachio and nutty notes and all this stuff. It has this nice creamy, nutty, almondy feel to it. But this is bright, fresh, but still dries into a lot of spice bombs like red pepper DNA. I don't get why people have always crapped on it. I've always liked it ever since it came out. I want to say it came out in 2018, 2019. Might have been 2019, something like that. I've had it pretty much since a couple of months after it came out. It's a great fragrance. Give it a shot if you've never tried it, because as far as me and my main man, Sacktastic Voyage, on Thursdays, at least this week, we wore Spicebomb Night Vision, the Eau de Toilette, and nothing out the shower. Moving into Friday, this is another one. I get nothing out the shower, just my daytime wear, and this is dark and smoky, leathery. Nothing really in the notes that indicate a leather accord, but the way some of these notes blend, I get a dark, rich, robust, black currant heavy, leather, smoky twist on Aventus. Not exactly Aventus. I get reminded of Afnan Supremacy, not only intense in the top because of that black currant, load of black currant at the top, but again, still has its differences from that as well. This is Nitro Intense from Dumont. Love the blacked out look to this. The only thing that's not black is the word Nitro on this little flap, this little tag hanging off the side. Oh man, is this stuff good. Monster performer. This is not going to be for everyone. You gotta like the dark, almost like animalistic, very robust, rich twist on Aventus. It's not exactly Aventus. If you put it side by side with Aventus, you're going to see glaring differences. But if you put it next to Supremacy, not only intense, the opening, they're going to mirror one another very closely because there's loads of black currant here in the top. It's not tons of pineapple and apple, but it's loads of black currant. And same thing can be said about that one. Then they start to separate themselves because not only intense is loads of oak moss. There's no oak moss in here. That's where most of your spice, your smoke, all of that earthiness comes from the oak moss, whereas here there's resins and things as such. There's a lot of spices here as well, but the way these accords, these notes blend, they make a leather accord, and it's very, very birch heavy, which is also missing from not only intense. So redundant to one another in the opening, sure, very similar. Redundant to Aventus, not really. Oh, check out my full review for more, but man, this is good stuff. Another one, monster. Every single one in this line that I've tried so far is an absolute beast. During the day, nothing out the shower. Nitro Intense. And finally on Saturday, when I was building this desk and these shelves and all that good stuff, the shelves are off camera. It's two more of that. This shelf right here with the trophies and stuff like that, I got two more of those over there by the closet. So I need the space because, you can't see all the fragrances here and all this here. Ran out of shelving space, needed some more. There's always fragrances coming in, guys. I love this. Bad Boy Cobalt. This is one of my favorite pickups I've had in the last year. I was late to the game on this. This is easily one of my favorite pickups and top 5 blue in my collection. Just like that. That didn't snap well enough. I'm losing too much meat in my hand from dieting. I don't have that click when I snap. It's just like smacking skin. It's weird. Anyways, this is a great fragrance. The juicy plum at the top. It's very synthetic. It's fresh and spicy. It's musky. It's woodsy. It's not super unique, but it doesn't smell exactly like everything else because people are going to say, oh, Invictus Platinum. Oh, Coach for Men. Yeah, I'd get both of those. But if you blend those two together, don't you get something different? Yeah, I get a little bit in the opening of Invictus Platinum minus the green element, but it dries into a very familiar Coach for Men type of DNA, the gray blackish bottle, the original Coach for Men. And I think that's one of the reasons I like it so much. This is like an elevated twist on that fragrance, because I've always been a fan of Coach for Men. There was a moment in time when I was wearing that one pretty regularly. So I have a special place in, my scent memory and heart for Coach for Men. And this has a similar dry down to it, but much better. I would take this 11 out of 10 times over Coach for Men and Invictus Platinum. I love this fragrance, as I stated at the beginning of this segment. Above average performance for me. Not overwhelmingly loud, but pretty loud early on, and I get every bit of 8 or 9 hours of longevity off my skin. Count me in for one of the people that will continue to recommend this one and continue to enjoy it and wear it myself. Try this one if you like blues. The plum note does fade, so it doesn't stay the whole time. It actually gets less sweet as it dries, believe it or not. For modern designer, that's kind of rare, right? So during the day, with nothing out the shower, Carolina Herrera's Bad Boy Cobalt. Well, that was this past week's rotation, and until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What'd you guys wear this week? You know the routine if you're a regular here. Comment down below. I'd love to see what you guys have been wearing. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the stuff I wore this past week and give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.